Since 2002, Western recreation majors have staffed and organized Camp Team, which is an overnight camp for teens and adults with developmental disabilities. The camp, held every year at Camp Kirby on Samish Island in mid-May, allows community members to learn crafts and sports skills and environmental games, and it gives them a chance to just hang out.
I really appreciate this camp. I had so much fun.
What we're doing is called Camp Team. It is a camp put on by the Recreation Department at Western Washington University and in conjunction with Bellingham Parks and Rec and the same in Skagit County. And what it is a place where us phasers from the Recreation Department come together with community members who happen to have some disabilities, and we provide a normalized camp experience for them.
Camp Team is really important for the recreation program because most of the people who are helping are in phase 1, so they are first starting in the rec program, and so having an opportunity like this really opens our eyes to the power of what we're doing and what we kind of strive to do in the rec program.
Well, Camp Team is about self-discovery and friendship, and it's all wrapped up into an outrageous weekend of fun and laughter.
The way it's set up here is every phaser is paired up with a community member, and we're buddies, so we do everything together. We do activities and eat together and stay in the same bunkhouse.
I like coming to camp to get away from my apartment so that I can hang out with all my good time friends.
And all the different buddies I had.
If Western Washington University is in a recreation program is about helping its students to become professionals who make a difference in people's lives, then I'd say that we're doing something right with Camp Team.
I did a couple of them, but I remember one of them specifically was canoeing for the first time in my whole entire life. And what an experience that was. It was just an amazing opportunity for someone like myself to experience the adrenaline rush. Like everyone gets to have when they do something like that. So being a part of canoeing last year was a great experience.
There is that real life experience that's achieved. You get to take your academic understanding and the conceptual ideas of what you've learned and make it real life, make it real world, and kind of find and foible your way through all of the nuances that might happen in an environment like this.
I love that the campers turn out to be the teachers through most of this experience.
It's like you get to turn the clock back about however many years to when you're a kid and just screw around and have fun. And it's completely condoned. I mean, you've seen all the costumes. I mean, there's no limitation on what imagination and that passion can cultivate and what we're allowed to pull off here.
There is waterfront, and so the campers get to go canoeing or kayaking, whichever they choose. There's also the big hits, arts and crafts and cooking. Everybody loves those, especially cooking because you get to eat whatever you make. And there's also a team sports activity.
Karaoke.
Karaoke.
Karaoke is huge.
Man, I feel like, come on.
there would be a riot without karaoke and campfire, especially karaoke.
Well, that is camp. It is the lighthearted is the deep-hearted. I think that's the very thing that strikes is play. We think of play being frivolous, but when we look at people when they're most connected, when they're most joyful, when they have their greatest bliss, is when they're doing the light. They're skipping with their lives. They're joyous.
I wish that any person that's struggled or had difficulty or felt uncomfortable interacting with someone with a disability had an opportunity to come here and hang out for an hour. It would change them completely. It would completely change how they viewed, how they perceived, and the way in which they would interact with somebody with a disability. That would be the one thing.
Office of Sustainability. Designers showed you don't have to go to a mall to find fashion. It could be sitting in a dumpster right now.
I mean, it's amazing how people can create beautiful things out of garbage.
The work is becoming extremely high quality to the point where it's